Another use of exploratory research is to develop measurement scales. For example, what questions can we use to measure customer satisfaction? What questions work best in our context? Do potential respondents understand the wording, or do we need to make changes? Exploratory research can help us answer such questions. For example, an exploratory literature search may use measurement scales that tell us how to measure important concepts such as corporate reputation and service quality. 2.3.3 Descriptive research. As its name implies, descriptive research is all about describing certain phenomena, characteristics, or functions. It can focus on one variable or on two or more variables at the same time. Descriptive research often builds on previous exploratory research. After all, to describe something, we must have a good idea of what we need to measure and how we should measure it. Key ways in which descriptive research can help us include describing customers, competitors, market segments, and measuring performance. 2.3.4 Uses of descriptive research. Market researchers conduct descriptive research for many purposes. These include, for example, describing customers or competitors. For instance, how large is the UK market for pre-packed cookies? How large is the worldwide market for cruises priced $10,000 and more? How many new products did our competitors launch last year? Descriptive research helps us answer such questions. Much data are available for descriptive purposes, particularly on durable goods and fast-moving consumer goods. One source of such data are scanner data, which are collected at the checkout of a supermarket where details about each product sold are entered into Avis database. By using scanner data, it is, for example, possible to describe the market for pre-packed cookies in the UK. Descriptive research is frequently used to define market segments, or supply segments. Since companies cancel and connect with all their customers individually, they divide markets into groups of customers with similar needs and wants. Firms can then target each of these segments by positioning themselves in a unique segment. 18. Chapter 2: The Market Research Process. Many market research companies specialize in market segmentation. An example is Claritas, which developed a segmentation scheme for the U.S. market called Claritas My Best Segments. This segments consumers along a multitude of attitudinal, behavioral, and demographic characteristics. Companies can use these segments to better target their customers. Segments have names, such as Young Digeratii and Heartlanders. Another important function of descriptive market research is to measure performance. Nearly all companies regularly track their sales across specific product categories to evaluate the performance of the firm, the managers, or specific employees. Such descriptive work overlaps with the finance or accounting department's responsibilities. However, market researchers also frequently measure performance using measures that are quite specific to marketing, such as share of wallet and brand awareness, or the Net Promoter Score, a customer loyalty metric for brands or firms. 2.3.5 Causal research. Causal research is used to understand the relationships between two or more variables. For example, we may wish to estimate how changes in the wording of an advertisement impact recall. Causal research provides exact insights into how variables relate and may be useful as a test run to try out changes in the marketing mix. Market researchers undertake causal research less frequently than exploratory or descriptive research. Nevertheless, it is important to understand the delicate relationships between important marketing variables and the outcomes they help create. The key usage of causal research is to uncover causality. Causality is the relationship between an event and a second event when the second event is a consequence of the first. To claim causality, we need to meet the following four requirements: for relationship between cause and effect, for time order, for controlling for other factors, and for an explanatory theory. First, the cause needs to be related to the effect. For example, if we want to determine whether price increases cause sales to drop, there should be a negative relationship or correlation between price increase and sales decreases. Note that people confuse correlation and causality. Just because there is some type of relationship between two variables does not mean that the one caused the other. Second, the cause needs to come before a effect. This is the requirement of time order. A price increase can obviously only have a causal effect on the sales if it occurred before the sales decrease. Third, we need to control for other factors. If we increase the price, sales may go up, because competitors increase their prices even more. Controlling for other factors is 22. 219 2.3 Determine the research design. Box 2.1 Correlation does not automatically imply causation. Correlation does not automatically imply causality. For example, Figure 2.5 plots U.S. fatal motor vehicle crashes against the harvested area of melons between 2000 and 2015. Clearly, the picture shows a trend. If the harvested area of melons increases, the number of U.S. fatal motor vehicle crashes increases. The resulting correlation of 0.839 is very high. While this correlation is the first requirement to determine causality, the story falls short when it comes to explanatory theory. What possible mechanism could explain the findings? This is likely a case of a spurious correlation, which is simply due to coincidence. In the above situation, most people would be highly skeptical and would not interpret the correlation as describing a causal mechanism. In other instances, the situation